The avocado's journey from niche fruit to American staple is nothing short of remarkable. Once considered an exotic delicacy, it has now become a ubiquitous presence in American kitchens and restaurants. Once rare, it's now everywhere, on breakfast toasts, in salads, smoothies, and, of course, guacamole. The versatility of this green fruit has made it a favorite among chefs and home cooks alike. Consumption has tripled since 2000, with Americans expected to eat a record 9 pounds per person in 2025. This surge in demand has led to avocados being a staple in grocery stores across the nation. Supermarkets and fast food chains have fully embraced the fruit, reflecting its deep integration into American culture. From burgers to sushi, avocados have found their way into a variety of dishes. Its appeal is twofold: a nutritional powerhouse, packed with healthy fats, vitamins and minerals that contribute to a balanced diet, and a social media darling, fueling a self-reinforcing cycle of demand. Influencers and food bloggers have played a significant role in popularizing avocado-based dishes, making them trendy and desirable. But this popularity has outpaced domestic supply. California faces droughts, wildfires, and high costs, limiting growth. These challenges have made it difficult for local farmers to keep up with the soaring demand. As a result, the U.S. now relies heavily on imports to meet its avocado cravings. Mexico has become a major supplier, filling the gap left by domestic production. This dependency sets the stage for a complex and fragile international trade relationship. The future of America's favorite green fruit depends on the stability of these global supply chains. To truly understand America's avocado obsession, you have to look beyond the produce aisle and trace the journey of this beloved fruit all the way back to its source. That source is Mexico, the undisputed avocado powerhouse of the world, where vast orchards stretch for miles and the fruit is a way of life for thousands of families. Nearly 90% of all avocados eaten in the United States are imported, and almost all of those come from Mexico. Every time you slice into a creamy avocado for your toast or guacamole, chances are it started its journey in a Mexican orchard. The state of Michoacan in particular is the heart of this trade. Its unique climate and volcanic soil allow for year-round harvests, making it possible to keep American grocery shelves stocked no matter the season. In 2024, U.S. domestic avocado production was dwarfed by the sheer volume imported from Mexico, over 1 billion metric tons, a staggering figure that highlights just how dependent the U.S. has become on its southern neighbor for this fruit. This massive trade relationship was formalized in 1997, when the U.S. began allowing Mexican avocados in, but only under strict conditions. USDA inspectors are now stationed in Mexican orchards, ensuring the fruit is free from pests and diseases before it ever crosses the border. For decades, this system has kept avocados flowing north, but it's also created a fragile dependency. The U.S. avocado supply chain is now tightly linked to the stability and security of Mexican production. Any disruption in Mexico, whether it's political unrest, security threats, or sudden changes in trade policy, can immediately threaten the steady stream of avocados to American stores. That vulnerability has become impossible to ignore, especially after a sudden policy shift put the entire supply chain at risk, leaving both shoppers and retailers scrambling for answers. In 2024, the Biden administration abruptly withdrew all USDA inspectors from Mexican avocado facilities, ending a 25-year-old agreement. The move, prompted by rising cartel violence, left pest inspections in foreign hands and sparked outrage among U.S. growers. Since the withdrawal, pest interceptions at the border have surged, over 150 cases in just a few months, compared to 0 when inspectors were present. California farmers now face an existential threat, demanding the return of on-site inspections with enhanced security. The breakdown of this agreement has left America's avocado supply chain exposed and trust in its safety shaken. For California growers, the loss of USDA inspections is a direct threat to their $1.5 billion industry. California remains one of the last major avocado regions free from devastating pests, thanks to strict protocols. The recent spike in pest interceptions proves the risk is real. One slip could cause irreversible damage. An infestation would devastate family farms, trigger costly pesticide use, and destroy California's competitive edge. The threat extends beyond avocados, endangering the state's entire agricultural sector. Protecting against invasive species is now a matter of national food security. While U.S. farmers worry about their own harvests and market share, Mexico's avocado industry is experiencing an unprecedented boom. In 2024, exports to the United States soared to a staggering $3.42 billion, making avocados one of Mexico's most valuable agricultural exports. The demand for this creamy fruit continues to rise, driven by American consumers' love for guacamole, avocado toast, and healthy eating trends. Every day, thousands of tons of avocados make their way north, fueling a cross-border trade that shows no signs of slowing down. This booming trade supports nearly 400,000 jobs across Mexico, from farm laborers and packers to truck drivers and exporters. The avocado industry has become a lifeline for many rural communities, funding schools, roads, and healthcare clinics. In towns where opportunities were once scarce, agriculture has brought new hope and economic stability, transforming entire regions. But beneath the surface, the boom has a dark and dangerous side. Powerful cartels have infiltrated the lucrative avocado trade, extorting farmers, threatening families, and fueling violence in once peaceful communities. Security has become a daily concern, with armed guards patrolling orchards and farmers living in fear of criminal groups seeking a share of the profits. The rapid expansion of avocado orchards has also come at a steep environmental cost. Illegal deforestation is clearing vast swathes of native forest to make way for new plantations, disrupting local ecosystems and wildlife. Water shortages are becoming more common as thirsty avocado trees compete with communities and rivers for limited resources, leaving some areas parched and vulnerable. Despite these challenges, the withdrawal of U.S. inspectors from Mexican facilities hasn't slowed the flow of avocados. In fact, some producers say it's made logistics easier, allowing shipments to move more quickly and efficiently across the border, even as concerns about oversight and safety linger. Through it all, Mexico's dominance in the global avocado market remains unchallenged. The country's vast orchards, skilled workforce, and established export networks ensure that Mexican avocados reach tables around the world, from Tokyo to Toronto. The United States remains deeply dependent on Mexican avocados, with American supermarkets and restaurants relying on steady imports to meet consumer demand, even as the risks and controversies surrounding the industry continue to mount. For Mexico, avocados are truly green gold, bringing prosperity and opportunity, but also challenges and consequences that can't be ignored. As pest threats loom, a new economic storm is brewing. Proposed 25% tariffs on Mexican imports. With most avocados coming from Mexico, tariffs would instantly raise prices for American consumers. Demand is inelastic. People will pay more, especially during events like the Super Bowl. Price hikes could ripple through the market, affecting both conventional and organic avocados. Mexico could retaliate, escalating into a broader trade war. Combined with supply chain instability, tariffs could make high prices and shortages the new normal. The era of cheap avocados may be ending. Can other countries fill the gap? Not yet. Peru and Colombia supply only a fraction of what Mexico does. Scaling up alternative sources would take years and face logistical hurdles. For now, the U.S. faces higher risks and higher prices. Without restored inspections, California's industry remains vulnerable to pests. If tariffs are imposed, supermarket prices will soar. The once stable avocado market is entering a period of volatility and uncertainty. The best hope is a diplomatic fix, restoring inspections, and stabilizing trade. Until then, Americans must decide how much they're willing to pay for their favorite fruit, while farmers brace for the unknown.